The Angels is the weekly reading, May 15th through the 21st. We're getting started with the dice and sex. Somebody could be having a gender reveal this week. That's what I just got from sex, but obviously sex can mean sex. Why am I putting it away? We need that. Try again. Cocktail. This could have to do with the gender reveal or with the trying to determine the sex of the baby. Maybe the doctor's trying to figure it out and baby doesn't want to tell you what their gender is. But doesn't try again. Okay, cocktail. And your choice. Which I realized last week is the other person's choice. So not yours and not mine, but the other person in the scenario. Spirit says, forget it. Love play. And I was going to tell you that I felt like somebody was playing some kind of game. Somebody might be testing you. You might not you might think they're playing games because it's coming across to you as they're playing games, or they're not really like they're disinterested or something. But it's because they're like watching you, they're observing, they gave you some kind of test, and they're trying to determine whether or not they want to like put their energy into you or not. It's weird, but something like that's happening with somebody. Love play. Is that what it says? Love play? What the hell does love play even mean? Yeah, it looks like love play. I don't got my glasses on. It looks like love play. Yes, I do have a hospital. I was in the hospital. Yes, I was today. And they had like 4 bracelets on. I guess I got lazy and I stopped cutting them off. But I took the ones with my name and stuff off. Anyway, everything's fine. And better than fine, actually. 29, spiritual partnership. And massage. Yeah, everything's great. I mean, it's Friday the 13th. People say it's unlucky. I've never had an unlucky Friday the 13th. Maybe because 13 is my number. I was born on a 13th. Not today, but I was born on the 13th. And Our Lady of Fatima has never been bad luck for me. I mean, how could it be bad luck? It's about miracles, miraculous day. And if you haven't figured it out yet, it's my feast day. So, it's been a wonderful day, including my admission to the hospital for a little while. Anyway, with the cards, we're starting with family, followed by free will, also upright. Wait a minute. Oh, the guy's name may be Will. Somebody may have a family member upstate, as we call it in New York, like in jail. And it's like free my nigga, free my homie, free my man's Will. His name doesn't have to be Will, but it definitely could be. This may be a special message, particularly for somebody. It's a family member. Maybe somebody's child or parent or brother, or sibling, like one is older. And then also fifth dimension upright. Now, I was looking at these cards together, too. Like, once I shuffled them and laid them all here. Family, Ten of Wands in reverse, and Knight of Pentacles in reverse. There could be some other kind of situation. And it might be a legal situation, too. Now that I saw the free will thing. I mean, not necessarily having to do with jail. But it could be a legal situation. Some kind of battle with family members. That involves, like, deception. Lies. And maybe a child or your child, or maybe your child is who is lying. Your child's other parent, or your child's other parent and the child are up to something. May involve money or like material wealth, property, maybe division of property, like a divorce, child custody. May involve an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have behind that, we also have, I didn't realize this until just now. When you're learning it, I'm learning it. But we have the Empress behind this Knight of Earth. So it could specifically be a Taurus that's involved. Maybe the mother is a Taurus. The mother in the scenario of the parents, if there's only one mother. I mean, there could be 2 mothers. Maybe if there's two mothers, maybe one of the mothers is a Taurus specifically. Maybe the birth mother. The Empress is a card of pregnancy and fertility and motherhood. For the rest of us, because not all of us have that scenario. I certainly don't. I don't plan on having any more children, although I still can so far, despite my age. But I don't plan on having any more, so it's not me. Anyway, time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. Is something else that the Empress is also about. It's a card of abundance, growth. So think about like a pregnancy is a growth. You're expanding things, expanding your situation, expanding your family. That could be another thing. Maybe somebody's expanding their family. Maybe somebody is actually pregnant, and that's what the fighting is about, or deception is about. Maybe there's been a lie about who the father is. But again, for the rest of us, there could be a situation. This may also be involving our family, but growth, expansion, whether it's literally in terms of adding a person, adding a pet, or both, or it's growth in terms of, maybe getting a bigger house, or again, some sort of material gain with this Knight of Pentacles. In any of those cases, this could be something that's sort of been like plodding along for a while. Knight of Pentacles is a slow moving energy. Loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. He is said to be the only knight in the tarot that actually finishes, reaches his goal all the time. It's like a guarantee. He's going to reach the goal. Because, the earth signs are very methodical. They make a plan, as opposed to, let's say, an air sign, for example, may just take off running. Knight of Swords. Think Knight of Swords. May just take off running. And when we get bored with that, we run in a different direction. The Knight of Pentacles, he's going to follow his plan and see it through. So he always reaches his goal. This is also followed by the Queen of Wands, upright, talented, brilliant, independent, and charming. Don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams. You may have several priorities vying for your attention at once, but you can do it. Queen of Wands is a Leo, potentially. Sagittarius or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Somebody's family, whatever your family structure is, even if it's just, a man and a woman, two women, two men, and no children, somebody's family structure is coming because of some sort of lies, deception, and or maybe disinterest on the part of one or the other. Like they're interested in creating a family with somewhere else, or maybe they have actually created a family with somebody else and somebody is pregnant or something. Somebody's family's toppling down this week. We have the Tower. Important changes are coming into your life that will require you to take action. Don't hesitate to move don't hesitate to move in directions that are right for you. And for others, this Tower doesn't, and even for this person, whose situation is crumbling, I feel like it needs to crumble. I feel like it's a couple, that sleeps in separate beds or something, like they've been together for years and they don't even have sex, like that kind of, sex. The sex die. Wait a minute. And then we had the 29. Which is spiritual. Like they don't even have sex. This is not like a genuine partnership. This is at this point just a situation of convenience. You live here, I live here. Maybe again, something with division of property. Sometimes the Tower is representative of an actual house or situation. Or on a more positive note, for those who are expanding their family, maybe you're getting a bigger house. You're moving to a bigger house. You're adding something onto your house. You're fixing up a room, a nursery or whatever it is. Let's clean out the attic, so the kid can have their own room. That sort of thing is what I'm seeing this week, is what we're starting with. The next card here. Actually, the next card is also upright. Wait a minute. So I'm kind of not done yet. It's the Hangman. Which represents the energy of Pisces. Look at things in a different way and all will make sense. Don't hesitate. I'm sorry, I cannot read today. I think I need my glasses today. don't worry. I'm like reading more than one line at the same time. If your progress is halted temporarily, things will soon start moving again. Jesus Christ, I don't know what's wrong with me today. Anyway, the Hangman is about, it's a very spiritual card. Somebody could be having a literal awakening, spiritual awakening. And that may be why there's a crumble. For the people who there's a crumble, maybe the situation falls apart because, somebody's awakening to the fact that, hey, this relationship or this situation, isn't working for me. Or again, in the case where there's like deception and battles, somebody realizing, hey, you're being dishonest or something. The next card is the Four of Swords, which can be a card of this. I don't want to say indecision. That's like what I say about the Two of Swords. But the Four of Swords can be like when you need to make a decision. So you want to sleep on it, you want to rest on it, you want to meditate about it first. You don't want to rush to judgment, so to speak. It's also a card of rest and recovery. So like after a painful situation with the Three of Swords, it's like now I'm feeling better. Let me get myself back together. Let me, like catch my breath or, get my strength back. Sometimes also it's a card for me of like planning a vacation. Thoroughly think things through before making a decision. Continuing to overanalyze isn't going to get you any closer to a resolution, but meditation and prayer will bring you the answers you seek. Maybe that's what I have to do. I have to put my finger under each line and follow it so that I actually read it properly. And the last upright card is the Nine of Wands. You've worked hard, and what you've created... See, yeah, I need to do that. You've worked hard, and what you've created is impressive and worthy of protecting. Annoying challenges may pop up, but don't worry. You'll get through them just as you have in the past. And it's interesting that we're ending on a Nine of Wands here when, again, we have a 10 of Wands here. So this 10 of Wands doesn't have to be about deception or mistrust. And I certainly don't... encourage you to just accuse somebody of lying or deception if you don't have any, tangible proof or anything like that. But it doesn't have to be about that at all. On its own, this card can also be about just feeling overwhelmed, maybe feeling tired, and maybe it needs to be partnered with the Four of Swords, for example. Somebody needs some rest. Somebody needs to get their strength back. Somebody's been doing too much. They've had too much on their plate. They're overburdened, overwhelmed. They just kind of feel like giving up. Nine of Wands, but you can't because you're almost at the finish line. 10 of Wands. The next card is the Ace of Wands. Maybe it's you are the person in the family that's like juggling everything, carrying everything. You're the person the entire family looks to. And, people shouldn't really do that to you because, even the strong can crumble when you do that. But it's like you are, you're the tower. And maybe you're feeling sort of like a leaning tower, right, of Pisa, because it's just like, I can't, this is too much. Even, this is too much for me too. Next card there, this underneath those was the Three of Cups in reverse. So that is positive too. Yeah, this can definitely be about somebody just working really hard, having so much to do, maybe sort of feeling the pain of all the work and stuff that they do, but it will pay off. And looking at these three on their own, then family, kids, opinions, judgment, resolve family stress, get support. So some of us may be dealing with those types of situations this week. Free will, choices, decisions, contact, I'm sorry. I said contract. Well, maybe something's going to come up with a contract too. Contact, inaction. Action cannot be forced. Somebody has to, freely of their own choice. You remember the die, your choice. I said it's the other person's choice. They have to decide. We cannot force them. We cannot push them. However, we may still connect with them, even if there's no contact, as it said here. We may still connect with them in the fifth dimension. Intuitive communication. You are connected at the soul level. What else do I want to tell you? So did I tell y'all that I found out where the letters came from. Well, I didn't find out why they were in the middle of my floor in my room, but I found that they belonged to my daughter. She came in here and she was like, why do you have my letters? And why? I'm like, I don't know. I found them there. She's like, how did they get there? That doesn't make any sense. I'm like, I know. So that was that mystery. The Ogden thing, the same night that I did the reading, that I put the reading up, I heard, you know, God, the universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it, say to me, or what I thought to be Ogden in Bible. So I thought it was saying like, you know, like there's a story about Ogden, or the word Ogden is in the Bible, you know, look it up. So when I typed that into the search, so I could find this verse and chapter where Ogden is in the Bible, I learned, no, it was Ogden Bible. There's such a thing as the Ogden Bible. And I was talking about 6 last week too. It is exactly 60 years, so there's another 6 for you, older, or it precedes the King James Version by 60 years, this Ogden Bible. So now I have to try to find out more information about it. Apparently, it had one famous copy that people are aware of is in Jersey. It's kept in Jersey, but it had been lost for a long time, and it was returned to Jersey. I think it was 2013. I found some kind of article like on Google when I was doing that search. So I'll have to delve into that some more. I didn't go any further with it. Overall energy is going to be yes here. The answer to your question is yes. What else did I want to tell y'all? I definitely was feeling like I was going to say union. And the 4 of Wands is all about union, even if it is in, you know, in reverse. It can definitely be about marriage, commitment, you know, taking whatever situation to the next level, whatever's going to bring you joy, your home, your family, your household, commitment. So I was going to say definitely union this week, and it could be unexpected for some. And maybe driven by Jupiter and Aries. So we got like, you know, this fiery planet Jupiter that rules the fire sign Sagittarius, moving into fiery Aries. Maybe that's what causes it. Aries ruled by Mars. I don't know what causes it. Maybe the person works with you. You meet them through your work. Yeah, I don't know what causes it. Because you've moved out of a place of fear. You know. But yeah, definitely feeling that. And also feeling like what we just saw, you know, like the crumbling, the towering of certain situations that, you know, probably shouldn't be in existence anyway. Look at this. They're both in reverse. Justice and the King of Swords. Of course, the King of Swords does represent the sign of Libra, as well as that of Aquarius and Gemini. So somebody's got a, like I said, a legal situation or something, or somebody's going to get some sort of justice that's due them. Speaking of fire energy, overall energy here is strength in reverse. Followed by the Queen of Cups, also in reverse. That 4 of Wands is back in reverse. Oh my goodness. 2 of Cups. All right. So the Ace of Cups upright. Then there's the 2 of Cups in reverse. So there's like imbalance, not necessarily seeing eye to eye, but there's a soul connection happening. 4 of Cups, so we want to get off our asses. We want to stop missing out on opportunities. We want to get out there. We want to be happy, filled with joy. Queen of Cups definitely could do that, but we have to like nurture ourselves too. We can't forget about us. You got to love yourself first in order to be able to do that with other people. And maybe we got to first muster the strength to do that. Also, it would involve forgiveness and a release of guilt is what I'm getting from the Strength card and the Queen of Cups. Lastly, we'll shuffle these. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to tell y'all. The other person, I feel this is this is like really speaking of the other person, like the karmic, female, feminine, maybe who this Queen of Wands is, and Leo, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I feel like she is somebody who, I was going to say on the surface, not the surface, what they're showing me. It's not the surface. It's like in public is, known to be like a very nice person, kind, sweet person. Oh, they're so timid. They're so whatever. And that's not the case. Like behind closed doors, like this woman is like a bitch. Not a nice person. I guess that's why they don't sleep in the same bed and stuff. So he fell for it like everybody else falls for it. Her public persona, that she's this nice person. And just not true. Not true. Had everybody convinced that she's like a sweetie pie and innocent. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm getting. Like this kind of innocent, like, oh, this one wouldn't hurt a fly, but behind closed doors, she's like making this man miserable. No wonder it's gonna tower. He's had enough, and I feel like he's put a lot of time and effort, possibly years in, and that may be why it was difficult to let go of Hangman. But he needs to take that leap, like that free will, and get out of there. And again, he may be an earth sign. So we saw before the Knight of Pentacles. And I was feeling that was the masculine energy. He may be a Virgo. And I've been talking about Virgos leaving for a while. I keep getting this. Like week after week, I keep getting this. Yeah, he may be a Virgo. Or, it doesn't have to be an earth sign at all. But before the other signs, I would say he's an earth sign based on the Knight of Pentacles and this. Major Arcana 9, spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. Of course, this could be talking about anybody who's doing some sort of introspection, going within to figure things out, make a plan. Also, sometimes for me, the hermit is like a lawyer or something. So again, talking about legal situations potentially. Also, like a professor, a mentor, someone from whom, perhaps you learn something and maybe learn something that is enlightening to you. That either inspires you to further growth or triggers growth in you. All right, so we're going to get started with the tarot cards. Okay. Card most directly representing us this week is the Knight of Swords, who I also talked about a moment ago. Another reason for potentially for this Virgo energy, as well as the Knight of Swords, is Mercury. Mercury currently in retrograde, will be like sort of back and forth between Taurus and Gemini, both of which are communication planets. Communication signs. Of course, Gemini considered the great communicator of the zodiac, but Taurus also a communicator. All right, so Knight of Swords, most directly representing us this week. We're making decisions. We're headed towards something fast-paced. Surrounding energy, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody around us doesn't want to do the work, or we don't want to do the work with somebody. We're tired of putting in effort with somebody. Speaking of work and finance, the Queen of Swords. Love and relationship, Five of Cups. So that may be for the relationships that fall apart, or it turned out they were disappointment. I thought I was getting this sweet, innocent lady, and I got this bitch, like that sort of thing. Physical health, Queen of Pentacles, and spiritual health, the Sun. Very nice. I'm seeing representation of a lot of the fixed signs here. So I do think it's another reason maybe why some stuff can have to do with Mercury, not only with Mercury, but with the full moon. So we haven't seen the Scorpio energy yet. I'm pretty sure it's the Scorpio full moon, and it's a blood moon. It's a Scorpio moon, right? We did Libra already. I think so. I think so. I'm wacky today. In my defense, I was under anesthesia. But back to my thought. I was saying, I'm seeing Leo here with strength. I'm seeing Taurus here with the Queen of Pentacles. I'm seeing Aquarius here with the Queen of Swords. More Leo with the Sun. Scorpio would be the other fixed sign. It's interesting we haven't seen that one yet. But I do think that between Mercury retrograde and the full moon and lunar eclipse, that the fixed signs, well, for Gemini first, then Virgo, then the fixed signs, then Taurus, then Leo. Well, actually, they could come in any order. And the reason I feel the fixed sign so much is because they're sort of tied into it. So like I said, the retrograde will move back and forth between Taurus and Gemini. Taurus is also where Uranus, the ruler of the sign of Aquarius, is located. Meanwhile, the sun is also in Taurus. The sun rules the sign of Leo, but it's located in Taurus, and it's going to move into Gemini this week, actually, on the 20th, Biggie's birthday. All right, so it's going to move. So that's the sun. Leo, that's Aquarius, that's Taurus, and what's the other one? Oh, Scorpio is where the full moon is. So I think this week, especially between Mercury retrograde, the full moon, the lunar eclipse, these are the signs that are going to be experiencing the most of whatever is experienced. Okay, so strength in reverse is pretty much the same as it is as when it's upright. Strength is a very positive card, no matter what placement it lands. For example, in love, it's about, a strong, supportive relationship and partner. Right, you can hold each other up. You have the strength to do that, or hold each other down, however you want to look at it. In work and in finance, it's there's strong financial situation and being supported by the universe. Right, things are flowing for you. General scenarios. It's about you having the strength and much to draw upon, although you're not using it all. So it's a positive card. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Again, it does represent the sign of Leo. It can also be about the need for forgiveness, but like you're beginning with yourself too. So forgiveness, it can be about guilt, blame, or the need to let go of things like that, right? Guilt and blame. So moving on to the Knight of Swords. This is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Very, very fast-moving energy. It's like, well, if you're waiting for news, for example, this is some news that maybe it's been taking a while. Maybe it's been doing like a Knight of Pentacles sort of thing, and it's very slow. All of a sudden, shoof, it's going to come in, which is kind of interesting because during Mercury retrograde, there can always be like a lot of delays and stuff. But this is like news that we're waiting on, or from someone or something is coming, and we're likely to hear what we've been wanting to hear. Like not bad news, we're going to hear good news. Knight of Swords can also point to like a lot of activity and things going on. It can be about travel. So think about the Four of Swords again that we saw. Maybe somebody's planning some kind of travel. It can be just being out and about and getting things done, getting things accomplished, wiping things off your list. Maybe that's why you're feeling overburdened. 10 of Wands in reverse. You just got so much stuff going on. But with the Knight of Swords upright, you'll be able to handle all these things, even if you do feel like you have too much. You're unlikely to feel actually like waiting on anything to come to you, or waiting on anybody else to do your stuff. Geminis don't like to ask nobody for no damn favors. I mean, we really, really don't. And Aquarians, these are people that like to be by themselves, or often have their own ideas, and can't be bothered either with the rest of the world. Like, you don't get it. Nobody understands me, that kind of energy. So we're used to doing things for ourselves. And this is a time when, if you have this energy, whether you're an air sign or not yourself, you're not interested in waiting either. It's like you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. And you just want to tick things off the list, so to speak. Like, another element may say, good things come to those who wait. You're not willing to, whether that's true or not, you're not willing to wait. You're going to go after your heart's desire. Also, nights can often mean that someone or something, desirable is seeking you out. Something's looking for you, which could also be the case. I mean, and there might be something or someone from your past, because I feel like we're headed in, like, see how the Queen of Swords is looking that way? I feel like that's forward, and I feel like this is backward, where the Knight of Swords is going. So it could involve something from your past too, or again, maybe something that you've been waiting on. So it's like, originating in your past, and it's gonna like culminate this week. What else? So I'm gonna say about this. They can also talk about our own personal, like, energy. Your energy is up. If you've been just feeling like not doing much and sort of dragging around and stuff, your energy is up. I just saw the oh. This is random. I feel crazy. Biggie's birthday is the 21st. I just saw like a 21 flash in front of my face as I was talking, and I started to mention it to you. And then I realized that would not make sense, because you'd be like, what? What does this have to do with the Knight of Swords? So that's why. This is how my mind works. It's very Gemini, like just all kinds of scattered thoughts and things happening at the same time very quickly. So moving on, we're going to talk about the Eight of Pentacles now. This is in the reverse. This is in the position of our surrounding energy. So it could be something involving close friends, family members, co-workers and stuff. And this is the card that says, like, whether you're in the mood or not to, like, get down and dirty and get to work, put your nose to the grindstone, as they say. This card shows up to say, like, if you want to be successful, if you want to be happy, this is something in the near future. This is not, we're not talking about far away. Like, we're headed to something, now. You're going to have to, like, do your part or play your part in getting the work done, like, whatever that means. So, even thinking about the cards we saw before, and I said there could be something going on with families. Maybe you're the only one that does anything in a family, and you might feel like, shit, why do I have to do it again? Like, I don't want to. But if you want, like, the outcome that you want to be happy, there's something that you guys have been working toward, I don't know. You're going to have to get in there and get down and dirty and do your part anyway, and maybe more than your part, because again, you're this energy, you're this, air sign, this Knight of Swords energy. So you're not in the mood to wait around and have other people bullshitting and not getting things done. So, like, we got to get this thing done. We all have a stake in this, but y'all not doing nothing. I'm going to take on everything. I'm going to do everything. So it may not be that other people are putting upon you this Ten of Wands energy. You could be taking it on yourself, but because you kind of feel up to it, because you have this Knight of Swords energy and you want to get something completed. The verse can mean, however, that the amount of work, the amount of effort, or I guess how much it would take from you, how tired it would make you feel, whatever, is lessened by the fact that it's in reverse, and maybe also by the fact, again, that you have this Knight of Swords energy. So, like, you're able to handle more maybe than you normally would be able to, and you're going to get all this stuff done. Also, it pays off, similar to with the Eight of Pentacles upright. This is sort of like you reap what you sow. So you put the effort in, it's going to work in your favor. Queen of Swords, also a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, especially in Aquarius. Try not to get too upset or feel too offended by something that happens in the workplace, or something somebody says, or if you're like taken for granted, if nobody wants to hear your ideas, even if they, are the best thing that could possibly be done in whatever scenario is happening, and you really have a handle on how the company could be profitable, how you could be most effective in getting your stuff done, or what the customers want to hear. I mean, you really may have it together as far as all that kind of stuff is, but this is not necessarily the week to keep like talking yourself up and putting that out there. And it may be the week where somebody steps on your toes. Just try not to overreact. It's probably Mercury retrograde causing a problem of communication. Don't let it get to you, or try not to. Also, if you're like if you're single and looking for work, if you're single and looking for work, whether you're single or not, if you're looking for work, you're like in a position this week with this energy to really present yourself well. You're able to communicate what your skills are and to get all that across to a prospective recruiter or hirer. And there could also be women in your life that may be able to point you in the right direction in terms of work. Maybe they can put in a good word with somebody. Maybe they, see a job in the paper that they know you'd be right for, and they let you know about it, and you submit your, whatever. Somehow some women in your life could help to facilitate a job coming about to you. And with it sitting, again, under this good news, you apply for the job, and then you hear the good news that you were hired. Also, you put the effort into it. That's right. That's crossing this Queen of Swords too. Put the effort in. You will reap, the benefits of that. In terms of finances specifically, not necessarily having anything to do with your job. Again, like a woman, a strong feminine energy could play like a really important role in your financial life right now. I don't know if she's an actual accountant or bookkeeper or a mentor, or you're a parent, a mate, a spouse that's going to tell you how best to maybe spend your money or invest your money or save your money, or again, get a job. But there's a feminine energy that's very strong that could be helpful here. And there's a lot that you can learn from her if you can be open to what she has to say. So like, try not to just automatically, turn her off. Like, again, if it's something like a parent or something, like, oh, Ma, like, not right now, oh, we don't do stuff like that anymore. We do it this way now, that you're from a different time or whatever. Try to be open to listening, because there is something valuable that this woman has to offer. Moving on to the 5 of Cups in love and relationship. A relationship may have just ended that you're in, or it's in the process of ending, of you're deciding, let's get a divorce, or I'm going to move out, or let's break up, or whatever. When I say the process, I picture a relationship that needs to be unraveled. So like, you got kids together, or you got property together, or you live together or something, and so you got to sort of try to separate your lives. And it may be something, again, like the situation where you've been living together, you've been together for a while, hasn't been working for a while, you're not even sleeping in the same bed, and just now you're finally like, a light bulb went off the tower, and you're realizing like, this relationship is over. It's been over, and we gotta go. It could definitely be something like that. You're probably not yet ready to move into a new relationship though. So even if there's somebody in the wings, and this may be one of the reasons why somebody's like playing games, or again, feels to you like they're playing games, but testing you. They might be testing the waters, as they say, like, all right, I'm leaving my relationship. I'm interested in you, got my eye on you, but I want to know, like, if you for real, or if you out here, being a thought, like, or if will you still be around and ready when I, am ready to look toward a new relationship. Is that necessarily the right way to do it? I can't say that I, would co-sign going about it that way, because the single person has a right to be a thought if they want to, if they have no idea that you have something else in mind. So I would prefer, or I would suggest, I would encourage anybody that's watching my channel that's thinking that way, any masculine out there, especially thinking, I'm just going to observe her and see how she acts. And if I feel like she's acting right, then I'll tell her I want a relationship. And if I don't feel like she's acting right, I won't. If she fails my secret test that she don't even know about, don't do that. That's my encouragement. Don't do that. Let's be adults and let's say, I'm interested in you. I'm not ready for a relationship. I'd love it if you would wait. I guess I would understand if you can't, if you're a single person, but I would love it if you would, and give the person their free will choice. Let them decide what they want to do. And they may decide to wait for you, but let them pick. And it's also not a good idea for you to jump to conclusions anyway. Like, and I know for myself, like, sometimes females too, female friends, they'd be like, you're really single? Like, you're really not dating? You're really not? No, I'm really in the house. I'm really cooking. I'm really knitting a sweater. I'm really, you know what I mean? It's like people make assumptions by how you look or whatever, different things, how you look, how popular you are, combinations of those, the type of person you seem to be to them, that you must be, people must be banging on your door and all this kind of stuff. And meanwhile, you're laying on the couch watching Netflix by yourself. So that's my advice. But if you're the person that's in this relationship that's ending, also, aside from whether or not you are, there's another relationship you're interested in or not, do give yourself, some time and space if that's what you need, and then get back out there, into the single world and look for something new. And if you are, maybe confused or disappointed that the relationship, has ended, there will come a day when you realize, why. You realize that the relationship ended to get you into whatever position and place in your life where you really needed to be, and maybe with whom you really needed to be or are meant to be, which is in a relationship that, that works for you and works well. That's, and it's healthy. That's not, two people that are not really friends, just sharing a home or something. And that's actually a nice segue to the Queen of Pentacles, which may involve a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone like into those traits or attributes, because the Queen of Pentacles in the position of health is somebody that may need to create time and space in order that they use to focus on themselves, right? And like put themselves first. In order for our health to improve or to be at its optimum, to be at its best, we have to not constantly be putting everyone else before ourselves and our own needs, right? Because our health can suffer as a result if we're doing that. It's like you remembered everybody and you forgot you. You know who does this a lot too? I mean, this is not, it's a queen of pentacles, but like, the provider. So whether that's a woman or a man, the provider in a household or in a home, the person that goes and, works the 1, 2, 3 jobs or whatever. And these people often don't even go to the doctor, they're just working and working, trying to take care of everybody else. Homemakers too, so like that's work also. If you do it in your home, just constantly taking care of the kids, taking care of the mate, preparing everything for everybody. And you don't even go, get your hair done or get to go to the gym or, whatever it is. So it's just important. And, this Queen of Pentacles is guiding you. She is the card is about like making yourself at home, making yourself comfortable, making yourself happy, and she is balance is important. That's what she's trying to help you to achieve, is balance. She wants you to be as important to you as the rest of your loved ones are. And you may have come to this realization or understand that you got to start taking care of yourself, because I'm trying to segue into this one now with the spirituality. Major Arcana card, the Sun in the placement of spiritual health, is about just really being able to see like the truth about life, about ourselves, about our situations, about our relationships. That there is, just a great deal of happiness and joy, to be had in this life, or we could spend it miserable. So I'm not surprised that it's sitting here underneath the Five of Cups with the card of love, and actually this Eight of Pentacles too. Like, I don't want to put any more work into this relationship. It's not working. And I've realized, I've opened my eyes to the fact that I could be happy if I was somewhere else. That's what the Sun in this placement is about. And spreading joy and spreading happiness with sharing it with other people. It's also a great time maybe to delve into a new spiritual practice or something, just because you're more awake and your eyes are more open. Again, you're more open to the truth, and it could be new to you. Maybe you're just now getting your spiritual feet wet, and just it's a good time for you to feel comfortable diving a little deeper. Overall energy for these cards, we'll recall, was yes. So if there's a yes or no question, that is the answer, is yes. We'll see what else these cards can add to these, beginning with the Knight of Swords. It was in reverse. No, I think because there's not another yes card. You know how I like to use two decks? Because I like to have another card available if I need one. Because, like I said, the Knight of Swords is about a yes answer. It's about not only hearing something, news that you've been waiting for, but it's the news you wanted. So it's the yes. I think that, this is what they gave me. No in reverse, which means yes also. Joining the Knight of Swords. Surrounding energy, this Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and there's no reversals in this deck, but I'm making note, I'm paying attention to the way the cards are coming in. This one also came in reverse. It's called loss. Again, maybe a loss of interest in putting in your energy into something. But if you decide you want it to work out, then you're going to have to put in that energy, and whatever we do put in is what we're going to get out of it. So if we decide we're not putting anything else, we're not going to get anything else. It's something that's ending. Or if we want to salvage something, fix it, save it, then we will put in some energy. But it's just a loss of self and identity. And I think that's what's happening with some of these relationships. You sort of lost yourself. You stopped taking care of yourself. Well, you might still take care of yourself, but inside, spiritually or emotionally, you're not taking care of yourself because you're not making sure that you're happy. You're living a miserable existence, a disappointing existence, or whatever, just because you're prioritizing other people and their feelings and stuff. So we get lost in the process of that. Loss of self and identity. Discover the true you again. Like I just said, this is about the truth, right? About life. The Sun in the spiritual sense is about the truth about life. And this is saying discover the true or your true self again. So, I definitely think it's a spiritual and emotional message that's showing up here when dealing with, and it was in this card too, like I said, it was in reverse, when dealing with the people in our and things in our surroundings. So co-workers, mates, family members, close friends, all of that. Work and finance, joining the Queen of Swords. Another one is in reverse. Are all of these in reverse? The next one's in reverse too. This card is called Mystery, Magic, Intrigue, Suspense. You're entering unknown territory. And again, I think this is probably because you know everything. You kind of do know what's best here, but you should keep it to yourself again and not just keep trying to force it on people. So you may have to walk into uncharted territory, unknown territory, because you're allowing someone else to lead the way this week, only because that's best for you in your job this week, because of, again, I think it's Mercury retrograde that has caused the Queen to show up in this position. Also, if this is about someone else leading you, like that, a female, like I said, aiding you with your finances in some way or in finding a job, that's also sort of unknown to you. You're following someone else's lead. Five of Cups in love. This was also in reverse. It's called pause. Inaction. Yeah, this is a dead relationship here. Calmness. Step back, right? Take a step back. Wait for a sign if you need. Wait for the light bulb to go off. Didn't I mention like a light bulb goes off? I said a light bulb goes off. It's the tower. Yeah, there's the light bulb right there. That's talking to you about your love life. If you're single, you still may need some time to yourself. You still may need a pause. And, just again, maybe because you've sort of lost yourself, and to figure out, what it is you want, who you want, kind of relationship you want, and then go out and get it. Health, joining the Queen of Pentacles, and now we have one that's actually upright again. We have observe. Social media, fascination, curiosity, watching from a distance. Yeah, this is like you living life from outside, like you, again, watching everybody else, taking care of everybody else, and not you. So we got to get more in touch with ourselves. Separate and apart from the Queen of Pentacles and health, then this may be about somebody else watching you, maybe trying to take cues from you, somebody watching you maybe on social media. This could be part of the test, because, again, with the love, you're being seen as this Queen of Pentacles, this person that could make a house a home. And, he's watching from far away, not telling you that he's interested. And last but not least, joining the Sun, we have alone. And this one came out upright. Abandoned, lonely, lost. The divine is with you. So now you're realizing that this is part of the truth too. Just because a relationship is over, you're single, you are alone, doesn't mean that you're lonely, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're fully alone, because then, the divine is still with you, God is still with you, the universe is still with you, and there's probably some people you could count on too, if you put your mind to it and thought about, I could give so-and-so a call, they're always there for me. So anyway, that's what I have for you. If you were here only for the cards, if you'd like to hear what else I have to say about what's going on for the rest of the week, please do stick around for a moment. I will pick up my laptop and open and sign in like I do every week. And last week, you guys liked when I did these cards separately, because I was like, okay, this reading's long enough, so I'll just do those cards separate. I'm happy to do that again. So I'll do these, and then I've done these. This is the message. These are the messages I have for you this week. Please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you are leaving now, and if you're going to stick around, then I'm going to go over what else is going on this week, and then I'll do a separate short read with those cards. All right. So this week on the Christian calendar, I'm not going to talk about anything. There are a couple of, saints' days that we're not going to discuss. So moving on to the Hebrew calendar, on the Hebrew calendar, Jews around the world continue the counting of the Omer. It'll be the 15th, the first day for which this reading is day 29 of the counting. So the 15th through the 21st will be days number 29 through 35 of the counting of the Omer. But the 15th is also a Jewish feast day, so to speak, called Pesach Sheni. And for a little bit more about that, I went to www.shabbat.org. Pesach Sheni means the second Passover or sacrifice. Second Passover or second sacrifice. It marks the day when someone who was unable to participate in the original Passover offering, which was around the same time as our Easter was, for those who celebrate Easter or the resurrection. If you couldn't celebrate Passover then you do it now, offering in the proper time. You would observe the mitzvah exactly 1 month later, which is now. It's customary to mark this day by eating matzah, if possible, and by omitting the Tanakh from the prayer services. And it talks, there's a link if you want to click on it to read or learn more about Pesach Sheni. That's all I'm going to say on it. So moving to the planetary calendar, not much here I'm going to talk about either, actually, this week. On May 15th, again, we have at 3:08 a.m., we have Ceres, the asteroid, entering Cancer at 0 degrees. And then on May 16th, at 12:14 a.m., we have the full moon and lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse, as opposed to like the partial solar eclipse that we experience with a new moon. This is a full lunar eclipse, 25 degrees Scorpio, as I mentioned. I'm so surprised that no Scorpio energy came out in the reading this week. Maybe it'll come out when I do those cards in a moment. So since I'm not going to do since I'm going to do a separate moon reading, I'm not going to talk about the moon right now. So I guess that's it for that too. So if you stayed to stick around for what else is going on this week, I'm done with that. Again, please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. I do appreciate it. I'll be back in a few minutes, I guess, with a short spread with those cards. Namaste.